Teachers demanded that 4 board members resign by this afternoon. Here are signs that are planted. And a lot of that snow has actually now turned to sleet. That's a lot of what we're seeing right now. It's kind of hard to see on the ground. There is still quite a scene here. You can even see this tape still here blocking off the street. Well, it sounds confusing, right? Third shot, booster shot, aren't they the same thing? Well, I'm here to tell you that they are not. Now we are finally on scene. We were joining you from the road much of the morning, but now we are here at the Obi Community Church. This is where police have set up a command center. We're along Freedom Drive, and if you take a look over here, there's a lot of slush. They did a few searches and they haven't found anybody yet. As far as we know now, we do know they were conducting a few more searches. And when you saw the video that surfaced, what was your first reaction to that? Prepared these bags. They're called snow packs, and inside here are cans of food that you can see along here.
Other pedometer to track your steps. You've been doing a great job this morning.
You know what? I'm definitely getting my steps in, but you know what's sad? I went to get my Apple Watch this morning and it was dead. And I was like, dang it, I can't count these steps, but they still count. And let me just show you the flight board so you can see all the cancellations. As soon as we walked up the stairs, we could see the red. It's on the North Carolina state flag. And you know the First and Freedom license plates, it's on there too. But in that lawsuit I have right here in my hands, and I'm going to go over this with viewers in just a minute, but this is the first time we're hearing from Matthew Hamilton in person. Lots of support for teachers, parents, and students outside of Union Day School as they protest the school board's decision to fire their principal, Matthew Hamilton. Andrea Crabiel is one of many teachers who protested on Thursday.
They took the heart out of our school.
But she's also a mom to 2 students here.
Want to be back in school?
As they sit in front of the school, they pass the time making birthday cards.
Oh, that looks awesome. I mentioned to my kids on the way here that it was Mr. Hamilton's birthday, so they have taken it upon themselves to make birthday cards for him.
That's because she said her kids loved him, and so did many of the teachers.
This is not a man that deserved to be fired.
Crabiel says they're still trying to figure out why he got fired, but it's not their only question.
It's beyond that.
They didn't tell us what those questions are.
I'm just not sure how much I'm allowed to go into detail about what we asked.
But they say it revolves around school policy, and they want the board to provide documentation with their answers.
You know, we can't be the teachers that we are in the classroom with this going on. It's draining.
They say they won't return to school until they get their answers.
And the window exploded. I looked, the bricks were flying.
Panic set in for Heather Gulis-Kershevsky, who directly lives across from the home that exploded.
I grabbed my cat, stuck him in a carrier, and I said, it's an emergency, get in here. And I grabbed my diabetic medication, Phil's medication, and I grabbed my purse and my stuff I needed. And
we're getting married Friday.
Yeah, I grabbed my wedding dress too and my veil.
Her neighbor, Mike Salomon, described a similar scene.
Woke up, made my coffee, got my coffee, went to the front room as usual, opened my blinds, and that's when the explosion happened. And I saw a big white flash, kind of stood me back, and then I saw debris flying around. Once the smoke and debris cleared, I noticed the home across the street was leveled.
He's a volunteer firefighter and jumped into action.
I immediately got my turnout gear on, went out and checked all the homes, and made sure no one else was home, or told them to get out.
He told me, he says, Heather, you've got to get out of here. Just grab what you need. You've got to get out. And I said to him, I've got to get my cat. I've got to get my cat. My son's getting sick, and my medication. And it's like your brain, it's hard to digest, and your brain's like trying to grasp it.
Both displaced from their home temporarily as first responders work to knock down the flames. Here you can see debris everywhere, even on top of the house next door. A neighbor captured this picture showing what it looked like before the fire was out. Heather saying she's grateful her son wasn't there.
My 10-year-old son thankfully wasn't here. He's with his father because he would have been traumatized.
The explosion damaged 7 other homes, but no other injuries were reported.
He's right here.
6-year-old Nora Goodyear,
there's when he had a Brave shirt on,
points out her grandfather, Dennis Kirkman, in pictures laying across the kitchen table.
And I played games with him a lot.
Her mother Karen and grandmother Ann show off their favorites.
He ate all of that too. Then this is, of course, when he was in service.
Dennis is a veteran. He served in the Vietnam War but was injured.
In rehab and hospitalized at Walter Reed, and for quite a while.
He then received the Purple Heart.
These awards that he got for service.
The pictures are all the family has right now.
He liked to sit out on the back deck.
Dennis is currently at the VA Medical Center in Salisbury. The last time they saw him was July 23rd.
We just had an anniversary, which we missed. We missed his birthday.
They were able to see him on a regular basis until the pandemic started.
So we went from April till October without seeing him.
Then they were allowed car visits. Once deemed safe, the VA allowed in-person visits, but they still had to keep their distance.
Year and a half, we've not touched him at all.
After trying to arrange a visit, they finally had a date set, only for it to not happen.
He just wouldn't come out. Isolation has changed him.
And that's one of their biggest concerns. Without regular visitation, they're worried.
You know, we get the feeling that he thinks we've
forsaken him. In fact, he's actually thought that he and I were divorced.
Along with their concerns, they have a lot of questions.
You know, you ask about visits and you say, when will visits? And the response is when they decide, and I would say, who are they? They should be working really hard to make these visits happen.
Until then, they hold onto these pictures tightly.